All right, guys, it is 11 o'clock. Welcome to the Power Half Hour. And I think I promoted it enough, but if you didn't know, today we have a very, very special guest. One of the biggest influence in my life, one of the biggest mentors that I have, Mike Ferry, Daryl Rutherford, and of course, who we have today, Mr. Thach Nguyen from John L. Scott in Seattle. Thach, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Yo. What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's up? So, yeah, Thach, I don't know if everybody knows you, but most people know that, Thach came from Vietnam in 1975 with nothing, right? With a big family. And, through the journey, today, what your life looks like is $1.2 million in annual passive income. All the cars you can buy, a big house in Mercer Island, just living the life. Tell us how.
Yeah, I mean, today you guys just turned 50 on May 18th. So Mike Ferry used to always say when I was younger, so a lot of you guys don't know, we came from Vietnam. My mom and dad, we evacuated from Vietnam out of the last plane out of Vietnam. My dad worked for the U.S. military. And so when U.S. military pulled out of Vietnam, they told my dad, you should come with us. Otherwise, you're going to get pretty much captured and murdered. And so we left out of the last plane out of Vietnam with the U.S. troops. And when we landed in the United States, we lived in San Diego in a homeless shelter down there. We had one suitcase for the whole entire family and like $100 for the whole family. And then we lived in San Diego for about a month or two. And then we got shipped up to Seattle. We lived in a homeless shelter in Seattle for a month or so. We met a gentleman that was volunteering at the shelter, Charles Zettler, that sponsored our family to live with him and his mom in an area called Sumner, Washington, which is about 45 minutes south of Seattle. And we lived with them for about 2 years until my dad got a job as a social worker at the welfare office. And, ironically, his whole career as he was a social worker was to help Asian refugees come to the United States, get on welfare, and help them get houses so they can get stabilized in the United States. And it's ironically, right, I get into real estate. You know what I mean? So I grew up in Seattle, and, I just a regular kid, I had many ambition. I was young. I had multiple jobs when I was young. I think I was just wired, you guys, a little more than my brother to be more ambitious. I wanted more things, I wanted a light bike when I was young. So my mom didn't have the money. So I had 2 paper routes going on one time to go make my own money. When I got started in real estate in 1991, I was 21 years old. One of my friends introduced me to real estate. I thought it was cool. I thought you could make a lot of money doing real estate. I thought you get 7% for every house you sell, which you gotta know it ain't true, right? And I got excited about that. And so I was 21 years old, and I got my license, and I sat around the office, literally waiting for someone to call me. I was 21 and didn't know what to do. And in 1994, one of my other friends says, hey man, you should go check out this Mike Ferry guy. He's gonna be in Seattle. You probably like him. He has a very proactive way to go out and get business. Go check him out. So I went and see Mike at an action workshop in 1994. And he was talking about, you can wait for business to come to you, but it's hard to duplicate it and repeat it. You can spend a lot of money, but it's hard to duplicate it and repeat it. Or you can spend your own time, go out there and find and prospect the owners every day and track your number. If you do that, you can actually figure out, right, from your skill set and your mindset, you can figure out what your ratio look like so you can improve on that, and you can actually duplicate that year after year. And I was like, man, that sounds like I can do that. It was $300 for coaching back then, guys, in 1994.
Wow.
Okay, $300, and that was a lot of freaking money. Let me tell you, okay.
Yeah.
I had to work at Safeway just to pay $300 just to go and get coaching from Mike. And it was only half an hour every other week with one of the coaches. Okay, it wasn't even a one-on-one, right? So back then, $300 for half an hour every other week is like basically paying $5,000 a month today, okay? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I paid the money, and he had me memorize some scripts. And then, of course, I was going to all the action workshop and all the superstar retreat. And I met a guy named Floyd Candelaria, Hispanic guy. And at that time, in the late 90s, in the early 2000s, Floyd was he was listing about 300 to 400 homes a year, and he doubled in pretty much every one of those listings. And he was like the superstar. Everybody else, Cameron Hardy, everybody, they was only selling 50, 60 homes a year, 100 homes a year max, when Floyd was doing 300, 400 homes a year. And so I had to go see the guy. Flew down to LA. I shadowed him for a whole day. And I was like just blown away. He was out door knocking, cold calling, memorized his script. And I went and memorized my script. And after that, I made a commitment. I'm going to be just like Floyd. I told my wife, drop me off, right? And I used to door knock 100 doors a day like Floyd, 5 days a week, 5 hours a day. I did it from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock, I go back to the office. I will eat, do my CMA, and I see all my appointments in the evening time. And I did that every day, 5 days a week, for 10 years straight when I met Floyd. And Floyd was my inspiration, man. And that's how my journey started. And then fast forward, during those times, I was making good money. And I met a guy named Saul. And Saul said to me, look, you're young, you're 27-year-old, you're making $1 million selling real estate. But I'm going to tell you something. You can sell and make $1 million a year. But after you pay taxes and then spend the money on nice house, nice car, you ain't going to have much money left over. And 10, 20 years from now, when you get older, if you don't have any kind of residual income paying you, you're not going to have the option to work or not to work. And especially if you don't have no kids right now, when you have kids, you really got to wish you had some kind of residual income, because you want to spend more time with your family and traveling, be it your kid's baseball, be it your kid's birthday party. You want to just be present. And you're not going to be able to do that by making $1 million a year, right? Because that's earned income.
Right.
You need to have $1 million in passive income if you really want to see a serious lifestyle change. And of course, my wife, Cammie, she's Chinese. She's like, shit, I hear you loud and clear, right? That's when I hear you. Because I was so focused on earned income, because in earned income, you can brag. Because passive income takes a while to actually get it up to $1 million. Earned income, you can actually make $1 million by selling a lot of houses. You can instantly have earned income overnight, and you be on the panel bragging and flexing like, yes, I'm $1 million earned income, right? And then after you spend 50% on tax and then a whole bunch of money on Crystal, back in the day, you got to know my friend Eric Algado and Tyler Young, Jeff Quinn, Greg Harrison. We used to make $1 million a year, and every time the superstar retreat, we used to spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, you guys, with Crystals and eating at Morton, right? We spend our money, you know what I mean? And we were living good. But, Ty interviewed me the other day, and he said one of the things Thach did that we didn't do, he went and bought real estate and we didn't. And that was the big difference 20 years later. And so Saul said to me, if you want to be wealthy, Thach, which you want to be wealthy, not rich. Rich is when you make money, earn income, right? But you trade your time for money. You want to be wealthy, where you want to have your money traded back so you have time. And the faster you can get to wealth, get out of the rat race, the faster you can actually go do more things you want to do. And Saul met with me and Cameron once a month to basically have us accountable. When we make money, pull off the table, buy real estate. Make enough money, so every month he'll check on us, like Mike Ferry check on me on how I'm doing on real estate. Saul will check on me and Cameron. Every time we make enough money, he wanted to pull the money out of the bank and buy rental property. That was his goal. That was his commitment to us. And every time we had enough money, we bought rental. Every time we had enough money, we bought rental. I bought 15 rental property, you guys, okay? My first rental property was 1997. I was living at my mom and dad's house, right? And I was selling real estate in 1994. Well, I started in 91. From 91, when I started real estate, I bought 15 rental properties. My first one was 1997. I bought 15 rental property, you guys. And I still stayed at my mom and dad's house until 2005, until I bought my own house.
Nice.
That's called sacrifice. Because Saul was like my Ferry. He held me accountable on and why I stay there with this reason. Because Saul asked me this question. Here's a question I want you guys to all think about, right? Because Mike Ferry don't ask this question, okay? The question is, at what age do you want to have the option to work or not work? That's what Saul said to me. And this is when I was 24 years old. And I said, if I was 45 years old, so 20 years from then, 45, which today I'm speaking from the future backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 45, so I like to have the option to work or not work. And so I said, awesome. And he said to me, if everything was free and clear, your house, your car, everything free and clear, and all you have to do was just pay every month to live, how much money would you like to have coming in every single month so you can live a very comfortable life? Now, when I say that to you, I want you to think about it, okay? If everything is free and clear, your house is free and clear, everything is free, all you got to go work for is to pay for grocery, insurance, and utility, right? Go on vacation, you know what I mean, right? You wouldn't be able to go on vacation every single week, right? You might go on vacation every 90 days, for example, right? But if you actually had everything free and clear, how much more would you have every single month to live comfortably? I want you guys to think about that. And every time I bring this question, it's so funny. I'll run into the people that think real big. I remember one guy in Las Vegas says, man, I need to have like $200,000 a month coming in every single month to live comfortably. And I was like, $200,000 a month? What the hell you doing flying a private jet every goddamn week going somewhere? You know what I mean? And I said to Saul, if I had everything free and clear, I could live comfortably $25,000 a month.
Right.
And Saul says, great. What is the rent at that time? And the rent at that time was $1,500, right, per door. And all I needed was about 15 doors. If I had 15 doors, I have about $25,000. And so Saul, John, held me accountable basically every month. As I was making a lot of money through the front door, every time I had enough money, Saul made me pull money out of my bank account and bought me a rental house, right? Buy another rental house. And then every time I met with him, I had to make sure I bought a rental house. So I bought 15 of them because the goal was to accumulate 15 property and to get them paid off by the time I'm 45 years old.
Right.
So for basically all those years, Saul held me and came accountable to buying 15 door and then paying them off, because paying it off, you guys, is the hardest thing to do because it takes a whole different level of discipline. It's like eating well. It's easy to do it, but it's hard. You know what I mean? And so basically that was my accountability from the time I was 25 years old, 24, 25, until 45, right? My goal was to pay it off, buy 15 and pay them off. And there's so much to talk about, you know, with rentals, but that was my journey, you know what I mean? And then from the time I got them paid off at 45, I just made more money and I just bought more rental, and I paid some off and more, and I bought more and more and more. And then basically today, I get about $100,000 a month after everything paid out. Mortgage, property tax, insurance, you know, property management. I get about $100,000 a month every single month right now, coming in every single month.
Net. Holy smokes. Okay, so thank you. I want to clap because that journey right there, bro, is so inspiring. And you know, I look at you, I'm like, okay, I'm 40 years old right now. I want to be like that. I'm looking into my future. When you're talking about popping crystals at the club and, you know, making $1 million, being on panel, you know, flexing my muscles, that's me right now. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get out of that. And I look to you for inspiration. So, you know, so my question is always like, you went from 100 contacts a day.
Yep.
You told me last time during your birthday to rewire myself, you know, to go, instead of 100 contacts, doing 100 deals, how about one contact, one deal? What was your journey in that rewiring? Can you share with the crowd?
One of the things that I used to do, you guys, me, Ty Leong, Greg Harrison, Jeff Quinton, Tony Smith. You gotta know all these names, you know what I mean? And they're still around. We were the young cat that was known to make 100 contacts a day. We were like the club back then to make 100 contacts a day. And when you're young, 25, 26, you got no responsibility, folks. Let's be honest, right? It was only me and Cammie. We had no kid. We lived at home. You know what I mean? We had no responsibility. And so it's different. You can dedicate a lot of hours. You can work 10, 20, 30 hours a week, right? And then after that, when you work, you know, then every time you go to a superstar retreat, you hang out with all your friends, you party. You know, that's the lifestyle. And as I was getting older, right, you run out of time. You know what I mean? And you run out of energy. As you got to get to 50 years old, okay? And you got kids. I got a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. You're going to see, if all you guys are not at my age yet, you're going to see. And if you guys are young and ain't got no kid, trust me, I'm going to tell you guys from your future you, when you have kids, you already know now when you travel, sometimes you want to hang out a little longer. but you got to get back to work because you got to manage your team, right? You got to oversee your team, right? You got to make some money because you got to pay the overhead. You got to pay the buyer agent. You got to pay the listing agent. You got to pay the coordinator. You got to pay your office pay. You got to get back. I'm going to tell you what, even more harder when you got kids, right? Like when my kid in December, I like to take the whole entire month and travel through Asia, right? And it's lovely. I don't worry about, you know what I mean, have to work. And so when you get older, you get run out of energy, you get out of time, you want to spend more time with your family, you want to spend more time, you know what I mean, at your kids' party, you want to travel. So back there, as I was getting older, fortunate to me, I had a lot of great coaches. But one of the best coach I had was Matthew Ferry, right? And him and I, we still mastermind. We talk on the phone every other week. Me and Matthew, Mikko, a couple other people, every other week still today. And we see each other until the COVID. We were seeing each other every other month, live with each other, still today. And Matthew Ferry said to me, look, Thach, I'm going to ask you a question. You make $1 million a year, but when you did a flip and you make 100,000 on a flip and it takes you 90 days, what makes more sense to you? Selling 100 homes a year, make $1 million a year, or do a flip and make 100,000? What if you can do 10 flip in a year? And he asked me this question. If you can do real estate investing and did 10 transactions and did $1 million versus selling 100 homes a year and make $1 million, which would you choose? Guess what I chose, you guys? I chose to sell 100 homes a year.
Oh, you chose to sell 100 homes. Oh, okay, wow.
I'm going to tell you why. Because at that time, if I was doing 10 transactions, making $1 million a year, I wouldn't be recognized as the top agent. I would never be on the panel. Shit. And my ego of being recognized and being acknowledged and prove that I'm enough and good enough and I'm a superstar was greater than being efficient when I was younger. You guys hear what I just said? The ego wanted to be known and be stroked, to be recognized, and that was more important than being efficient, doing 10 transactions, making $1 million, and nobody know about you. And so when I told Matthew, he basically whipped me and he said, "You're a fucking idiot." Hey, and he's my good friend. He's like, "You're a fucking idiot, right? Why would you want to do 100 transactions to make $1 million? You can do 10." And so Matthew would say to me, "I'm going to coach you because you're going to continue to sell real estate. But I also know I'm going to help you just like Saul is helping you because Matthew and Saul was coaching me. I'm going to help you basically keep pushing you to not keep pushing me on this side to go out there and do more deal over here, but also forget about being recognized. You're good enough." And Matthew Ferry was the guy who sent me to Landmark Forum, you guys, just so you guys know. If you never did a Landmark Forum, Matthew sent me to Landmark. He said, "You will go to Landmark Forum." And then, of course, since I'm more hungry on Matthew, he got me exposed to Stephen Sadleir, which is the spiritual guru. He got me exposed to Abraham Hicks. He got me exposed to so many, I don't know, you guys remember when we used to be part of a thing called M3, Mike Ferry Mastermind Group, M3?
Yeah.
Mike Ferry used to bring in people that teach us about real estate, but it was Matthew Ferry that brought in Wayne Dyer, just so you guys know.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Right? Matthew was the one who brought in Wayne Dyer. Let's bring in Wayne Dyer. Him and Tom Ferry brought in Wayne Dyer. Okay? And so when we got exposed to Wayne Dyer and all these people, they will say the ego always want to be known and proved. And so eventually, John, to answer your question, it slowly evolved for me where I had to ask myself, of course, my wife, Cammie, she's not on Facebook, she's not on social media, and she's very grounded. And she's also the person that says to me, "Honey, it's not that important to be recognized. It's more important to be efficient and smart, right, and effective in our game." And so basically, John, it transitioned. And how I went from not worrying about making 100 contacts a day was to more of just getting the results. It's more of not worrying about and care about being recognized. So you guys, it got to a point where it was like, as long as I get on the phone and prospect, if I set one appointment a day, Matthew Ferry used to say to me, if you set one appointment a day, you can call it quit. But if you choose to do some more, you can. But then he said to me, watch, if you choose to prospect more, you already got your appointment, watch how faster your appointment come. Why? Because you're not attached anymore. These are all spiritual principles. Okay? And so only the person who actually, I say, when you get closer to 40 to 50, you're going to hear about life maturity. When Mike Fraser always say, you don't know nothing about life maturity until you hit 50 years old, he is correct. Wow. So for the young folks out there, you guys are, including me when I'm young, you understand about grinding and trading in the hours for the money. And I think it's great you do that. But at some point, you're going to realize, folks, life maturity kicks in, and we're going to talk about more passive income than earned income. You're going to talk about balance than imbalance. You're going to talk about family versus all work. Look, I love Mike Ferry, right? The biggest thing that hurt Mike Ferry when he was young was not having balance with his family. And it's not a secret. It's not a secret that, you know what I mean, that he has a surface relationship with Matthew and Tom, Michelle, everybody. Everybody know that. Yeah. But it's shitty to own a big ass fucking company like that, and why all your kids can't work together in one company. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? I'm not here to bash it. I'm just saying how it is. You know what I'm saying? It is. But that's to show you guys money, a lot of money without balance, a lot of money without, you know, family. What? For what? Okay. Yeah, bro. And you talk a lot about not just about wealth, making money. You've been recently talking about health is wealth. You know, health is, you know, wealth is balance as well. Yeah. So, you know, at what point did you decide, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to stop grinding and focus more on family as well and your health? Everybody have a tipping point in their life. See, either you can learn it from other people, or you're going to learn it from yourself. When you're young, you hear someone who's doing it, it might not resonate for you, right? It go through one ear, come out the other ear. It might not resonate for you. For me, I tell you where it resonated for me when I was younger, for family first. When my wife said to me, honey, it's great that you're a motivational speaker for all these people out there, right? And you out there doing seminar, you doing all this talking. And then, John, this is what I say to you, because you just got a kid, right? And for the wife that's holding your husband together, you're on the phone listening to me. Okay, John, if your wife is hear you, I want her to hear this loud and clear. Okay. My wife, Cammie, said to me, honey, it's great that you motivate all these great people. You out and you traveling and you're doing all these speaking engagement, right? Just don't forget about me and the boys. All right. That shit hurt like a motherfucker, just so you know. Okay? What's she saying? She said, you're doing all this for others, but you're not doing the same for at home with your wife and the kids. And then the second thing that hurt me was my dad when he got cancer, and I had over $5 million in cash, and I couldn't save my dad from dying from cancer. That's when I realized, again, money can't buy health. No. And then when I got into my mid 40s, I found out I had high cholesterol. And then I spent over a year becoming almost a vegetarian and really to change my number. I had now millions of dollars, right? And in that moment right there, if I would die, how good am I then? So again, I learned from my own life experience about health, about family, about relationship, right? And that's why I learned it. So I am your future speaking to you. I'm 50 years old. I got a lot of money. I got a lot of passive income. I'm, you know, healthy and staying what I'm doing. I'm telling you guys, success today is about balance. It's about family. It's about health. It's about joy. It's about abundance. That's success today, folks. You would have asked me when I was younger, I would have said how many means I can make, how many plaque, and how many times I can be on the cover, and how many times I can be on the panel. That was success back then. Right. Bro, that's so real, bro. Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, it really hits hard for me as well, because I, you know, worked 12, 14-hour days. You know, a couple of years ago, it was like 6, 7 days a week, man, just burnt out.
and marriage falling apart, you know, don't even know like where we're going, if we're gonna make it or not. So I guess, you know, with the remaining time left, I wanted to ask, you know, for all the young guns out there who are still grinding it, like, what was your best advice for them?
My best advice for you guys, okay, is this. We are blessed to have a vehicle called selling real estate.
Yes.
That is the best thing that it had for me. I graduated from high school, 2.83 GPA. I went to college for a mechanic to fix aviation airplane. So I had a degree and knowledge that probably would never make me over $100,000 a year in income at any job out there. And so when I found real estate, for me to be able to make what I make today, right? And for me to have the real estate investment and portfolio I have today that came from this thing called selling real estate. When I started real estate in 1991, you got my average price was $89,950. Goddamn, didn't even have a third, didn't even have a 6 digit in front of it, okay? And for me to sell real estate and make money to have what I'm at today, here's what I want to tell the young folks. Selling real estate is just a vehicle to finance your lifestyle and finance your wealth portfolio. Let's be honest, realtor, we ain't got a retirement plan out here, okay? If you're an EXP, that is one avenue of your retirement plan.
That's right.
But the one thing I'm going to tell you guys, the great thing about real estate investing, you don't have to keep finding new people, okay? The great thing about real estate investing is once you own it, the property manager takes over. Your job is to make money, pay it off. And the great thing is that it appreciates day in, day out, every day when you're sleeping. Right. The rent go up, the value go up. In Seattle, every 10 years, it double in value. So if I got a property worth $1 million, in 10 years, worth $2 million. Another 10 years, worth $4 million. So for the young people, go sell a lot of real estate. I'm not telling you to stop selling real estate. If that's your vehicle to make money, put the gas to the pedal. Go sell a lot of real estate, John. Kill it, baby, right? For all the young cats out there, I see John out there, Jack out there, kill it. Go make a lot of real estate. Now in the advanced version, sell a lot of real estate. Wholesale a bunch of houses, flip a bunch of houses, make a lot of money through the front door and take all that earned income and park it in passive income. So when you're 50 years old, today, I still work because I want to work. I still door knock every day out now because I want to go door knock property. I still cold call for investment deal because I want to cold call for deal. I still do all that today because I want to, not because I have to. That's the best thing. And here's the great thing. When you're not attached, it comes faster.
Wow. Okay, that was a lot of fire. Bro, thank you. I don't even want to say, like, that was so much value for the crowd, and for all you younger guys out there still grinding it. You know what? Sell a lot of real estate. It's our vehicle, and you want to get to a point where you invest in a lot of real estate. The passive income exceeds your monthly expenses. Then when you keep selling real estate, it comes even easier because you're not attached to the outcome. All right? So we got a couple minutes left.
About not being attached to the outcome for a year, folks. I'm going to tell you the best way not to be attached. If you got more money coming in when you're sleeping than your bill going out, you ain't attached. Prospect with no attachment when you got passive income. See how effective you can be then, folks, okay? Young folks, please, I'm telling you, okay? Make sure you have balance. Make sure you spend time with your family, because when you start making money, you eat good bad, the first person is going to tell you to fuck off is going to be your wife. Guarantee it. You know the truth. If you're the wife out there, do not let your husband get egotistic because they're making money. Put them in place because they don't know no better.
Yeah, we don't know no better. Like, happy wife, happy life. I know that much. All right, guys, let's open it up for any questions. I know, Jack.
We got a lot of questions. Let's get it.
Actually, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So for those agents, including myself, who are selling 5, 10, 20 homes, how do you build that self-belief so you know that you can do it and to ultimately get to your level?
It's the level of wanting. How bad do you want it?
Mm.
You know, when we all start on Mike Ferry, how do you know you can sell, 100 homes a year or 10 homes a year? It's just how bad you want it. But you're not going to start from a brand new agent and got to go for 100 deal. You're going to start from a brand new agent and say, you know what? I got to go, Mike, to sell 4 homes a month. Mike's gonna hold you accountable, right? How bad you want to do 4 homes a month. So if you want to own rental, right? Just buy one. And then eventually you're gonna get hungry, you're gonna want to buy another one, right? And right, depending on how hungry you are, you're gonna want to buy 20. You're gonna work your way up there. It just comes down to how bad you want it and what are you willing to do to make it happen. That's how simple it is. If you're wanting it high, you do what it takes to make it happen.
Got it. How about for some people that just cannot find their why, or like they want it, but they're not.
Impossible. You analyzing it too deep. Listen, Jack.
Yeah.
It's just how bad you want it, bro.
Okay.
Look, God forbid, someone in your family got cancer, and the doctor said we can cure it, but it's going to cost $200,000 for cancer treatment, and your insurance doesn't cover it. And your source of income, how you can sell real estate, make 200 grand, you can make it faster than any other job out there. Would you do what it takes to actually make 200 grand to pay someone in your family to get cancer treatment?
For sure.
That's what I did. So when it comes down to passive income, Jack, it's how bad you want passive income, bro.
Okay.
It's just how bad you want passive income. A lot of people don't think that big. The problem is we don't think big enough about passive income. It's like, oh, that's tomorrow. I'll worry about it tomorrow. Folks, don't worry. Don't think about when you get to 50, then you want passive income. Because you know why? It's too late now. You don't have enough time to buy enough and get it paid off. Think bigger, Jack.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Bro, thank you. So I got a question for you, Thach. I mean, at this point, $1.2 million annual passive income, what keeps you inspired? What keeps you going? What keeps you to say, I want this bad enough? Like, you got it all.
Yeah, that's a good question. I made a video you guys saw on Instagram the other day, and I dropped it on Facebook. I had this guy basically said to me, because I posted on Facebook, I'm selling my Ferrari, right? And this guy says to me, hey, once you sell your Ferrari, you should donate the proceeds to coronavirus people because they're all hurting. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, all of a sudden you play God all of a sudden, right? and it's like, and I said to him, what made you think I haven't donated a lot of money to coronavirus people already, right? And on top of that, you know what I mean? Just because I got cars like this, do you think I got a lot of money, so I'm wasting money on cars, I should donate money to charity? And I made a video of this, what I said, you guys. I said, what drive me when I was young, when I came to Vietnam with nothing. And my goal was to actually make money so I can help my family. And I was young, I always loved cars, and I wanted to buy a car. And I see Nguyen on here, right? I know my man loves cars, and he can appreciate it. And I love cars. And I said to myself, right, I'm going to go make money. And when I have enough passive income, I'm going to buy me a car. I didn't buy my first Ferrari until 15 years later when I had enough passive income. My wife said, you ain't buying it until you have enough passive income. And so 15 years later, I had enough passive income. So I worked my way up. And so I said on my video, I said, today, the reason why I'm motivated every day, you guys, because one of the reasons why I love making a lot of money, because I like to have freedom, option, and choices. That's for me, okay? Freedom, opportunity, travel when I want to travel, where I want to travel, drive when I want to drive, live where I want to live. That's for me, okay? But the biggest reason why I still motivated to keep growing is because for all you guys. Because Tony Robbins says, when you really, really get there, you live a life of Kanai, C-A-N-I, constant, never-ending improvement. When you live a life of Kanai, you're going to inspire many people to keep living a life of Kanai. So every morning I wake up, John, I go out there and I set new goals and set new dreams. I don't have to go make more money. I don't have to go buy more rental property. I don't have to keep getting fit. I do that, and I drive what I drive, live what I do. Well, I don't even have to go door knocking every day to go right now. But I do a door knock and a cold call, put myself in places where I get rejected still. Mm-hmm. Somebody said to me the other day, basically told me to fuck off when I was door knocking to their house. And I was like, okay, peace, bro, I'm out, right? But I do that, you guys, to inspire you guys and show you guys that if I can do it, you can do it. If I'm dreaming big, you guys can dream bigger. If I can drive a Rolls Royce, you guys want to go from a Mercedes to a Lexus or Mercedes to a Benzo, whatever it is, you guys can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So my biggest reason why I get up every morning to go after my goals and dream is to inspire and empower billions of people to see that anything is possible for me sharing my own goals and dream, my own journey, chasing after my own goals and dream. That's why I do what I do today. Not for the car, not for the money, but I do that for people out there in the world. And the side benefit is I get to enjoy the process too.
Thank you, brother. Oh man. I mean, you're certainly inspiring me to dream big, and I'm out there serving unconditionally because of your message every single day. So I'm truly, truly inspired, bro, by everything that, all the messages that you have for us. I want to end with this. A lot of people ask me even, because, they're always asking me how. Yes. Like, John, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you get to 100 deal? How do you talk to this client? How do you do this? How do you do that? And then I'm like, dude, just focus on the what, and the how will come. But I want you to deliver that message with fuck how.
So you guys, when I was younger, I remember Wayne Dyer used to always say that this higher power, whatever you got to believe, God, universe, whatever it is. And all of us been there, where we all had a desire that's so big that we went after it. And we didn't know all the how that's going to happen. And I remember Wayne Dyer used to say, right, when you basically want something bad enough and you get going on it, the universe and everything will begin to show you ways and hows and people to actually help you on your journey. Because think about this, you got to write a business plan. Do you honestly think you actually know how to achieve every one of those things on your business plan every single year? There's some blind faith there, right? You take action, you move forward. And as you move forward, another paver underneath shows up and your feet will land right on that paver. And all of a sudden you walk another paver. So your path is actually being presented to you every single day in front of you as you move forward. So one day I was talking to Tom Ferry back in the day, and I said, Tom, I realize now that our job is to figure out what we want and why we want it. And it's not our job to figure out how. It's the universe's job to show us how as we're walking down this path. Our job is to figure what we want, why we want, and throw the hand over the wall, and then figure out how to get over the wall. And as we're trying to figure out how to get over the wall, the universe is going to show you multiple ways on how to get over the wall. And I said to Tom, we're going to tell all these agents, forget the how, forget the how. And Tom thought I said, fuck how. And so the Vietnamese proverb was born then. And I said, oh, yes, the new Vietnamese proverb on forget the how is fuck how. And so then what happened was I created fuck how. So instead of F-U-C-K, we say P-H-U-K. Right. And H-A-U is a name in Vietnamese, how. But P-H-U-K in Vietnam, it stands for blessing. So we decided to say, fuck how. And so now the Vietnamese proverb is born now. So I say to you guys, if you ever going to dream beyond what you have not done before, because if you know what you're going, if you dream, if you got a goal and you already know how you're going to do it, you're dreaming too small anyway, because you already know the how. Right. So if you want to dream outside the box and you don't know how it's going to happen, you got to remember your job is to figure out what you want, why you want to throw the hat over the wall, and then fuck how, and get moving on the journey, and watch the universe begin to lay the paver underneath your feet at every step you walk. And the universe job is to figure out how it's going to happen. Your job is to figure out what you want, why you want it, throw the hat over the wall, then forget the how, AKA fuck how. And that's what we call fuck how today, baby. Okay? I love Everybody had a fuck how moment in their life. Everybody. I see so many minority on this line right now. Every one of you, including your parents, came over to the United States and they had no idea how it's going to happen. They all lived the fuck how mentality. And even you guys did too. When you have the what and the why so strong, the how doesn't matter. The how simply doesn't. So, Jack, we're going to say it again. And the crowd, we're going to say it again. How bad do you guys want your goals? How bad? All right, guys, I think we're over time, but are there any other questions? We got 1 million questions in the chat box, bro, just so you know. Oh, geez.
Real quick, Thach, with the COVID situation and the riots nowadays, how do you get past the noise? How do you cut through the noise and keep your focus and still keep aligning?
That's great, bro. I've been, if you guys know my Instagram, we've been very quiet and we don't post a lot of stuff this whole entire week. one of my black friends said, "Hey, Thach, you know I love you, bro, and I think you're doing great, amazing thing, right? I think that when you posting about how to make money in real estate and how to do this and that and this and that, I just asked, man, because you my good friend, you know, can you turn the volume down a little bit? Because right now it's not as important." And I heard that. And so to answer your question, John, I think right now, as I have compassion and sympathize, right, then I don't get stressed because I'm empathizing. I'm gonna make watch. You guys can see me. I'm gonna drop a lot of videos this week about racial profile. I've been racial profile so many damn times. It ain't even funny, guys. Okay, but for me right now, John, is I have compassion for the people. I get compassion for when you have compassion, you're not stressed. You're actually feeling it. And when you have compassion, you're more inspired, bro, to get up in the morning and do shit. Okay, so I just tell all you guys, have compassion for everyone out there. Not just the black folk, but all the minority. We all feel that. You know what I mean? Even the American feeling that. You know what I mean? So have compassion. When you have compassion, you get inspired. And that's what, for me, I've been inspired in the last 24 hours right now.
Thank you, Thach. So compassion leads to inspiration, right? So
Dalai Lama, basically all he talked about is compassion.
Yeah, compassion. Oh man. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And we will be sensitive about all this. Okay. Any other question? I got a simple question here from Ryan Giller. What was your script like when you knocked on 100 doors?
Oh, I have the My Ferry script, 100%. Same script I use. It's a similar script I use today, but today I tweak it some to door knock absentee owner or door knock owner that own fixer of property. But it's the same script. It's just this whole script basically, and I still do it today, you guys. Before the COVID-19, I was door knocking 4 days a week, about 3 hours a day on the streets. Still today.
Still today. Ryan, did you hear that? You're still door knocking today.
And it's not line action, it's a line action.
Inspired and aligned action, guys.
That's it.
I got that. All right, Thach. Well, really, thank you so much for being on today. You've inspired myself for the past, 4 to 5 years, and you keep inspiring everyone out here. So we just want to say thank you for being on today. Thank you for your inspiration, and we'll keep dreaming big and serve unconditionally. And any last messages for the crowd?
If you guys want to get more inspiration, a lot of stuff I post, just go to my Instagram account, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, right? I do a lot of TikTok video now. But it's my name, Thach, N-T-H-A-C-H-N-G-U-I-N on Instagram and on TikTok, of course on Facebook too. But follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of inspirational stuff. I've been teaching a lot of people how to own investment property. John has been doing well. He's a new student. He's been killing it. And SoCal, Jack also been killing it. So all I want to say to you guys, man, is just remember, earned income is it's not going to help you basically retired. Earned income will help you guys have a good lifestyle now. Only passive income will actually give you guys the option to work or not work when you want to work in the future. The sooner you do it, when you're young, your runway like this. But when you get older, your runway starts to shrink, and it's harder to actually accumulate it and get those things paid off. And you really want to see a good amount of passive income per month. So the sooner you guys buy passive income, the sooner it is. Especially the kind of money some of you guys are making on earned income. Take that money, man, and go and park it in passive income. Be smart about it, folks, because tomorrow when you hit 50 years old, right, and you got a lot of passive income, you can drive any car you want to drive when you want to drive it, and you see it. I'm not saying this to impress you guys, but I'm selling my Ferrari. I got a brand new Bentley Flying Spur 2020. It's already here in Seattle. I haven't posted it because I don't want nobody to see it yet. I don't want to post it because I don't want a lot of people to think it's the wrong message, but the car is already here. And in about a couple of weeks, I will post that brand new Bentley. And this shit is ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's what passive income would do. But I have the option right now not to post it because I don't want to put the wrong message out. But that car is already here, and it's crazy when you guys see it. Okay, but that's what passive income will do for you guys. And this is what 30-year hard work of basically selling real estate and then parking my money in the right spot. And today I get to have the lifestyle that everybody dream about. And I still working today, folks. Still working, building houses, buying houses, building apartment building. I still do all that and doing cold calling because I want to do it. And that's what I love about this lifestyle that we have, guys. So take advantage of it when you're young, okay?
Ash, real quick, can you share about the coaching program? Because you coach people about this, right?
Yeah, I have a company that I coach people how to buy, how to find off-market deal, how to find fixer-upper, how to evaluate properties, how to buy property, how to figure out how to buy BRRRR property, how to actually know how much property you need to pay, buy, how many property you need to get paid off if you got to buy any more property, how to evaluate the script. I mean, just on and on and on. The mindset of becoming an investor versus the mindset of being a realtor, all of that. And it's just cheap. It's a one-time fee of $1,000 to get in. It's $150 a month for 1 hour every week live with me like this. 1 hour every week for $150 a month. That's it. It's just super cheap, super cheap. I don't try to make a lot of money off that. I want to help a lot of people do it to create passive income. And that's why I make it so affordable for people. So thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, brother, for your contribution. So what I'm going to do is post all the links that you have available in the chat box on Facebook so everybody can reach you, Thach. Thank you again for your contribution today. And thanks, everyone, for showing up. It's been great. Have a great day, all.